My name is Katie Berman. I'm the founder of Kataluna Horse Rescue. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated towards saving slaughter-bound horses and pulling them from auction yards and feedlots before they ship to Mexico or Canada for meat consumption purposes. Our goals are to rescue, rehabilitate, and then ultimately find forever loving homes for. Since starting Kataluna back in 2018, we've successfully rescued over 150 horses and donkeys, including 20 dogs and cats as well.
My favorite part, and you've probably heard Katie describe this, is when she brings those horses back and they're so broken from the auction and then they get released from quarantine, and the first time you go to feed them and they come up to you and you can just see that they have been fixed, and it's just the most wonderful feeling to watch that, to see that happen.
Seeing the transformation is amazing.
Getting to be part of the journey of horses coming in, being, untouchable and scared and broken, and they come out this other side, they found themselves, and it's like they're this whole being, and getting to be part of that's really special.
I think the pictures and the videos speak for themselves. We've got some pretty crazy before and afters. I haven't seen a single horse that's come through here and not been happy with where they ended up afterwards. And that's pretty cool.
You cry when they get off the trailers because they're just either bone skinny or they're afraid. And you think, God, well, how's this going to happen? And how are we going to show our compassion? And we do, and they take it, and then they start feeling comfortable. That's what we do.
Seeing these horses go from, their skin and bones, they've got so much going on mentally and physically. You see them from when they're at their worst, and you help them get to their best, to where, they should be thriving and actually enjoying life, because that's what this is all about. What I tell people is they're not here for us, we're here for them.
I think it's cool to have that kind of behind the scenes, behind the curtain experience, and to really see the raw transformation that actually goes on, because it's really easy to look at a before and after and say, wow, that's great. But to know actually, I know what went on between that before and after, I think is really cool and very valuable, and you don't really get that very often.
It's happiness.
Yeah.
The horses get adopted, they're happy. The people that get them are happy. We as volunteers are definitely happy. It's just a happy place.
I think you can ask almost anybody that walks in the gate, and it feels like home. And it's like this really peaceful place that, it's kind of become a sanctuary for horses and humans. And it's such a positive environment for everybody. It's healing all the way around.
One particular story that I want to highlight is a little Palomino filly who we had named Glinda. We went to a new auction that we had never been to before. It's one of the largest auctions in the country. And when I say that, I mean every single month, at least 400 to 600 horses go through this sale. We had no idea what to expect. We get there and there's just horses, and it's overwhelming and it's overstimulating, and my anxiety levels are through the roof because you're feeling everything. You're feeling everything that these horses are feeling. They're scared, they don't know what the heck is going on. Maybe their whole life just got turned upside down, and they're crammed into these pens with dozens of other horses. As we're walking through, we came across this pen which was filled with babies.
There was these little baby horses that, we knew, even seeing them, they couldn't have been more than 6 weeks old, and they weren't. They're babies. They should still be with their mom.
But as we're in there, my heart just breaks for them, because this is how they're starting their life. So we ended up coming home with 3 babies that day, Glinda being one of them, her little friend Herbie, and Dooley. So we got Glinda home. They made the trailer ride back, got her all checked out with everything. And a question I got asked often is, why did they end up there? These are young horses that have a lot of potential. They have a full life ahead of them. As you're looking at them, you can tell that they've got some deformities. Their legs are crooked, they're misshapen. Very quickly, we realized that we needed to step in immediately in order to make sure that she was going to survive. I know that sounds very extreme, but it was. After evaluation, after x-rays, we actually determined that the growth plate in her leg was so crooked and ill-formed that if we would have met her a week later, it would have been too late to do anything to help her. We ended up performing a surgery that basically is trying to correct her growth plate to help it grow straighter because it was at such a harsh angle. So the surgery was very successful. Everything went really, really well. You know, she was on stall rest for a while. It was a lot of bandage changes, making sure that she had everything that she needed. And remember, this foal is, you know, 7 weeks old, 8 weeks old. Like, this is a lot that we're throwing at her in the beginning of her life.
She went through 2 surgeries, and I mean, for such a young horse.
She beat all the odds for sure.
She did.
Watching her come all through the other side after everything, and she just was this sweet, loving, amazing little horse that just made everyone smile. She was so loved, and it's amazing like how strong she was and how much of a fighter she was, and yeah, we love that little girl.
She was such a trooper through everything, and I think that's one thing that like really stuck out to me about her is I really think she knew that we were trying to help, and it was a process, and you know, it was a process that I don't know if many other people would want to do, but with us and our team and our community, there's no way we're not gonna, you know, at least try, because they deserve someone to be there to try for them and to fight for them. And Glinda's story is one that I think really shows exactly what that is, because now she is fully recovered. It's been a few months since her operation, and she's actually been adopted into an amazing family, and she's going to have a long, healthy, happy life because of this community coming together for her, to give her a chance that she would have never had before.
Everybody got so close to her. That was a hard one to watch walk away.
You are literally able to see their lives changing in front of you. And you know, being able to do that and support these guys, like it's expensive, I'm not gonna lie, horses aren't cheap, but you know, we do what we can, and we've grown to such a place, but there's so much potential for more growth and to continue to help each and every one of these horses and donkeys and dogs and cats and any animal that comes through our doors, because that's what we do, and we'd love for you to be a part of it.